Alright guys, so we are looking at station 1 of the sheet that we just worked on with the sneakers. So if you scroll over to the left, you'll see station 1. We're going to be working on a few of these problems together because I know I had some questions about this. So these are word problems, and a lot of these are going to be on your test. So I really want you to pay attention to this. Alright? So, Mr. Knight uses a 12-foot board to repair 3 sections of a broken fence. Okay, I just read this part. This is important. He used 2 feet of the board for the first section of the fence and 6 feet of the board for the second section. He used the rest of the board to repair the third section. Write and solve an equation to find F, the length of the third section of the board. Alright, so the 12-foot board to repair 3 sections is important, as well as he used 2 feet for the first section and 6 feet for the second. Okay, this information here is important. Okay, that goes together, and then this part goes together. He used the rest of the board to repair the third section. Okay, so we have leftover parts, and that will be our third. We're going to write and solve an equation to find F, the length of the third section of the board. So what I want you to do is we're going to draw a model to kind of help us visualize and picture what we're looking at. So we're going to draw a picture, draw a board. If 12 is our length, so let's say this is 0 and this is 12, we need to know how many times or how much do we divide it up by. Well, it told us it was going to be by 3, so we're going to go ahead and divide our wood up by 3. Alright, in the first part it says 2 feet of the board for the first section. Okay, so if this is my first section, I'm going to put 2 here. And 6 feet of the board for the second. Okay, 6 for the second. And then for the third section, it tells me that he used whatever was left. So that's, I would put a question mark, or you could put F, find the length in feet. So you could put an F there as the variable for representing what we need to find. So all we have to do here is add up what we have already. What do we know? We have 2 plus 6, which is 8 feet already taken up. How much do we need to add left to get to 12? So this is the exact same thing we kind of looked at with the sneakers. So 8 plus 4 is going to give me 12. So F is equal to 4, and that is your answer. However, we still need to go back and write the equation on what that would look like if we didn't have the model to look at. So ask yourself for a moment before you move on, pause the video, and ask yourself, what would I write as the equation? What would I put? Okay, so after you take a second to think about that, I'm going to show you what we would be doing. So we have 2 plus 6. We already know that that's going to have to be in there somewhere. This is the length they already give us. And then we're going to try to find the variable after, which is F. Okay, and it's equal to however much, which was 12. 12 total. So putting it in parentheses tells me I'm going to do that first. I will add this after, which will end up being 4, and that would equal 12. So 2 plus 6 would give me 8, plus 4 is 12. Alright? And that's all you had to do for that one. Okay, let's skip to number 6 real quick, because I know I had a question about that earlier today. So number 6, Gloria bought 4 boxes of 136 crackers. She gave away all of the crackers to the members of the chess club. Each member received 34 crackers. Write and solve an equation to find M, the number of chess club members. So M is what we're going to find. All right, so I need you to take a second and either highlight and think about what is important here. What do I need to know? Well, I went ahead and I underlined for you 4 boxes of 136 crackers. That's important because I need to know, how many I'm going to divide up between the people. And then each member received 34 crackers. That's important as well. And the final thing, she wants to know how many club members. So that's important to me. So we need to ask ourselves, what do we do first? Well, we have 4 boxes of 136. So I think I need to multiply that to figure out how many total crackers I have. So I'm going to multiply that. And off to the side, I'm going to do that. 136 times 4. Multiply it out. That gives me 6 times 4 is 24. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 2 is 14. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. That gives me 544 crackers. Okay. Now, I know how many crackers I have, and it says that each member received 34 crackers. What do you think I need to do here now? Think about that. That is our second step of the problem. Well, I have 544 crackers. I need to divide it by 34 crackers because that's how many each person's going to get. So 544 divided by 34, if we were to go over here and divide it out, how many times does 34 go into 54? Actually, it doesn't go into 5 at all, but it'll go into 54 one time. That'll give me 34. I subtract, it gives me 20 left over. I bring my 4 down. 34 into 204. If we go over here and we multiply it out, 6 times 4, I'm just guessing, 6 times 4 is going to give me 24. 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20. It comes out perfect. So 34 times 6 gives me 204. And I'm going to subtract. Okay, so that gives me 16 members. And also, I think it's a really great idea to label, to work everything out, and don't just skip through it and think you're going to do it with mental math. It's just not going to work that way. So M for members is 16. So again, remember that with variables, that variable letter often comes from whatever we're trying to find. So the M represents the number of members. Okay, the same way we were using feet. We were using F to find feet. It's going to often relate to that. Okay, so now that we've found what our answer is, we still need to go back and do our equation. So think about that for a moment. What would you do? Pause the video and think about it. Okay, once you've paused and thought about it for a moment, we're going to go ahead and write it out. What I would have done is taken that first step and written it down. So that's 4 times 136. Write it out. I would put it in parentheses to tell me I'm going to do that first. And then from there, what was our second step? Well, we divided out by the 16 members. Or we divided out to find the 16. So we're going to divide by 34. 34 crackers. And then that gives me M for my members. So if I was to do all of that, it would give me M. Okay? Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I'm going to probably do one more to work out a few more on this, so look for that as well. Alrighty.